Alright, hello everyone. My name is Mr. Arek and I'm very glad you're here. Today I want to show you a brief overview of the RBR Roadbook application and give you some kind of getting started so you will understand all of the features and how you have to use them. So let's not talk too much and let's get started. Let's just quickly talk about the requirements, the things you need to run the application. Obviously, you need to have Richard Burns Rally. If you do not have it, I highly recommend to look for Rally SimFans. You will get an installer with the game and all the additional modifications, and it just takes like a few minutes and you're ready to go. Besides that, you need the PaceNote plugin by WorkerBee. This plugin is also already pre-installed with the Rally SimFans package. You need a co-driver. You can use the stock co-driver that comes with Rally SimFans, or you use an additional co-driver, for example, the co-driver mod by Janne Lachanen or Porridge. Then there are some additional requirements that are optional. For example, if you want to record your own recce driving, you will need OBS, and you should use OBS version 28 or later because it has an important plugin named WebSockets that you will need to do the recording of the recce. And if you want to record some audio markers, that means some kind of pace notes corrections, then you need a microphone and a controller button. But obviously this is also optional. Last but not least, you need disk space to store all the recce videos. Obviously, this depends on the amount of recce that you either download from the database or record by yourself. To install the Roadbook application, you basically just have to download and run an installer. You can get the installer at rbrmasterclass.de. Just open and run the executable. It's straightforward. Once you got it, you are ready to go. The first time you run the Roadbook application, you will see the screen. What you basically have to do is to define a path for the database of the Roadbook application. Please take care of selecting a path where you have enough disk space, because you will most likely need it when you will store or record your own recce videos. Once you defined both paths, just click Start and you're ready to go. The first time when you open the Roadbook app, you should take a look at the notes sheet of your co-driver. You can find the note sheet by clicking on this tab in the bottom right, and you will see a list with all of the existing calls of your specific co-driver or your co-driver modification for the PaceNote plugin. Please make sure that all of the calls are available, or if maybe this list is even empty. If this happens, it might be that there is some kind of compatibility problem with your custom co-driver. Now the app has been tested with many very popular co-driver mods, but obviously it's not possible to test the Roadbook app with all co-drivers that are available for RBR, but technically any co-driver that is working for the PaceNote plugin will also work with the Roadbook app. As I just said, here you have all of the specific calls of your co-driver. In the first column, you see the description of the co-driver, and in the second column, you have these symbols, which are some kind of acronym that you will actually use to write your notes. And let me just open one stage, and later I will show you how you can configure these acronyms. So before we deep dive too much into the symbols, let's first open a stage. Now there are two ways to make your pace notes. On the one hand, you can load an existing recce from the remote database, and on the other hand, you can do your own recce. First, I will show you the existing database. To open a stage, you just have to click on Load Stage. Then you will have an overview of all the stages, and you can basically select any of the 444 plus stages that RSF has to offer. For example, you can write in the name of the stage here and it will be filtered in the list. Just click on the stage, you can double click or click on download, and it will download the stage from the database. There you will have the pace notes, the video of the recce, and the stage map. So when you loaded a stage, you have basically three windows. The first one is the video. I will click on play and it will show you the video of the recce on board. You will have the stage map and you will have all of the pace notes. Here you have a slider that you can use to navigate throughout the whole video, and you can also navigate to a specific position, click on the note and then press P, and you will jump to the position that you have selected. So what you can do is you can change the speed of the video, make it slow or make it fast. You can change the sound, the volume, and as I just shown before, you can use the slider to go to any specific position. If you run the video, you will see that the video and the stage map and the highlight and the pace notes are synchronous. For your specific needs, you can also adjust these windows. You can move it to any specific position. For example, you can make the stage map a little bit bigger. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can also do it as you like. Or what you can also do is by clicking this button, you can make this window floating, and then you can put it on another screen, or you can also do it here in the tabs. It's basically up to you how you want it. Whenever you want to go back to the default view, you just have to press Ctrl and 1, and it will be automatically adjusted to the initial view. Okay, now if you want to modify or change the pace notes, you can simply click on a specific pace note, either by clicking on the stage map or clicking in the cell itself. It will be also highlighted in the stage map. Just click on it and change the value. Now, if you want to change a note, you will see here that you have a text editor. You can remove the existing note, and making notes is simply as it is. You just have to write it down. So for example, if we say this is not a 5 left but a 4 left plus, then you just type in 4. You will automatically get a preview, and you have to make a white space, and then you type in the next additional note that you want to have, click on enter, and you're done. And you can also change the position. Just click on the distance. You can use your scroll wheel to position it. When you hold the shift button, you can make it very precise. And if you hold the control button, you can jump by 10 meters. So this is quite helpful to adjust the position. Besides that, here you have the callout time. It's the same definition as for the paste node plugin. If it's positive, it will be called out earlier, and if it's negative, it will be called out later. And now let me just go back to the symbols list. You will understand what's the meaning of the acronyms. It's basically the value that you have to type into the cell to write your notes. Now, if you want to have a different definition for each call, you just have to go to the cell, and let's say this shouldn't be 4 left, but left 4. We just change it, and it will automatically update all of the different values here. Maybe that's not the best example. Let's keep it as it is. But for example, white should not be white out should not be white, but white out. We just type it in, and it will be automatically defined here. Let's go back and do it as it was before. Here you see all of my nodes. I use the Porridge Phil Mills co-driver. I have the plus and the minus additional nodes. And just as I did before, I can go into any of the nodes, just click on white space and hit the plus or the minus. Now please keep in mind that you have to use the white space between each consecutive node. If you do not use the white space, and let's say this is a 6 left plus, and you hit enter, it will be shown in red. This means that there is some kind of issue with this node. And in this case, it's because you forgot the white space. Now what you can also do is you can write down as many nodes as you want into one cell, as long as you use the white space to separate it. Now let's say this is not a 6 left, but we want to add a warning before the call out of the corner curvature. Then we can type in this here, which is my, let's say, whoops, sorry. As you see here, this is my symbol for caution. We can type that in this here, and then we type 5 left into 4 right, tightens bad into 2 left minus. Enter it, and you will see you will have a consecutive node. It will be separated into individual calls, so there will be no problem to with the paste node plugin to call the nodes. If your loaded paste nodes will have this kind of number that is highlighted in orange, it means that there is a paste node that is not supported by your individual co-driver. This does not matter for the tool itself. You can keep it there. You can also change it to a specific value. Or, let me go back. You can also just simply press on fix nodes. Okay, in this case, it's probably not the best example, but sometimes it looks like this. If you select it, you click on fix nodes, it automatically disappears. Now let me just quickly show you how you can use the shortcuts to write the notes. You can press space to start and stop the video. You can press X, C, V, and B to control the video position. By pressing X and C, you can jump you can make a small jump, and by pressing V and B, you can make a big jump. When you run the video, you stop it at a specific position. And let's say here I want to add a new node. I basically just have to press A. It will be added, and then I say double caution. And that's basically it. Then I can press space to just play the video again. And if I want to remove a specific node, I just press delete and it will be removed. Let's remove this garbage because it was only for demonstration purpose, and then add a new node. And let's say this is a to right minus cut. And then you can say maybe this is a deep cut if your CodeDriver supports it. So then you have some additional shortcuts. For example, let's maybe delete all of the existing nodes by simply pressing Ctrl A and delete. Let's play this. You can press D to automatically create a distance node. So you can just run it and just press D and it will create a new distance node. You can press E to create automatically an empty node. And as I've shown before, just press A and then write down the node itself. Press A. Press A again, and so on and so on. Now you can press T to get into this editing mode for the timing. And you can also select a node, press G, and then you can change the position. But you can also do it by simply double clicking into the cell. So this should not be a big deal. All right, so as you've seen, there are many shortcuts. The features that you are using frequently most likely will have a shortcut. If you want to see an overview of all shortcuts, just click on Help and Hotkeys, and you will get a list with all the shortcuts. You can filter them here, and you will find all of the shortcuts very quickly. And I highly recommend to learn all of the shortcuts because they will speed up your paste notes writing even more. Once you're ready and you wrote down all of your notes, you can export the notes as an ini file that you can later import with the paste note plugin. Now, I highly recommend to use the My Paste Notes feature of the ngpk menu by Mika N. It's already pre-installed with the RSF installer. The Roadbook app is configured that it will automatically detect the path of the My Paste Notes feature, and you will automatically open the subfolder where you can save the ini file, so it will be automatically loaded by the Paste Note plugin the next time you run the stage. Now keep in mind that the folder for the stage in the My Paste Notes feature is only available if you already opened the stage once. If you've never driven the stage, you will not have a subfolder in the My Paste Notes directory. Okay, now let's just quickly talk about something that might occur when you are working with the nodes. As you see here, you have a red colored distance. That means that the minimum distance to the next node is below 25 meters. Now this might cause a problem with the called nodes, because usually the Paste Note plugin is not calling distance nodes below, I think it's 25 meters. You can either change the position here, and you will see it will automatically go to white color, or you can also click on Fix Node, and it will replace the distance call with an end call. And you can also adjust the 25 meters threshold in the settings. And let me show you this one more time. Here is another example. Just click on the fix button and it will replace the distance node with an end call. You can also save different versions of your paste nodes. Let's say this is another name. Then it will be stored on another name. And you can also save the paste nodes as, let's say this is version 2, and then you will have two different nodes. So let's say this is not jump, but over crest. Save it, and you will see if I open the version 2, you will have another node. And also keep in mind then whenever you do some changes, you can also do the undo with Control and Z, and you can go back to the initial state. Let me just quickly show you some additional features of the nodes. As I've just shown you with the shortcut, you can create additional nodes. You can delete the node. You can create a node at a specific position of the video. You can create, you can set a specific node to the current distance of the video. You can replace nodes. Now let me just select multiple nodes. I click on replace, and then I say that the jump, oh no, let's say 6 right, this is better. 6 right should be replaced with 5 right plus. And I click on replace only the selected nodes. And now see here the 6 right, if I click on replace, both will be replaced with the 5 right plus. So you can also replace single nodes with consecutive nodes, and you can also do it vice versa. So let me just do it again, and then I can replace it as it was before. Next, you can also merge nodes. So for example, if you want to have the nodes called at the first position, you just have to select both nodes and then just click on merge nodes, and it will create one consecutive node from the nodes that you selected. So that's it for the first part of the Getting Started tutorial. There will be a second part where all the interaction with the game and the recording of own recce videos will be demonstrated. So see you in the next chapter.